Why do wives give their husbands a second chance? This is a great question. And a lot of people question them. Like, why are you giving this guy who's done all this to you? Why are you giving him a second chance? He doesn't deserve a second chance. Well, does he deserve a second chance? Let's look into the reasons why wives give their husbands a second chance. Because when trust is broken, many wives find themselves facing that agonizing question of, do I give him a second chance? Trying to make that agonizing decision. Despite the pain, a lot of wives decide to stay. They decide to give their second chance to their husband. They decide to give him a second chance. Well, there's some reasons why. And we're going to go through these very painful 7 reasons. With that said, I want to encourage you, put below why you've chose to stay. If you're giving him a second chance, what is your reasoning? Well, I'm Beth Miller. I'm the marriage coach and the founder of the Marriage Saver Method, and I'm here to give you some insight into why women stay. To end that stigma over staying is weak, we're going to talk about reasons why to stay. And with that said, today is the decision. Today, I choose to stay. It doesn't have to be what you decide tomorrow. So let's go into the first one. Very simple. You love your husband. That's why you're staying. You love him. He's your best friend. You can see all the beautiful memories you've had together. This isn't his normal behavior. And so you do love who he is. It's like there's two of them. There's like the version of him who's done this to you, the part of him that you're seeing as maybe broken, needing validation. And there's no excuse. Trust me, I am not giving any excuses. But it's like you can see the part of him that did this, but then there's also this other part of him. And that creates a lot of confusion. Trust me, that's a whole nother topic here. It's like, how can he be this amazing husband to me, yet also do this to you? But you do love a part of him. We have lots of parts of us, but there is a part of him that you love. So you choose to stay because you love him. You married a man. You remember the bond that you once shared. You laugh together. You have memories together. There's a reason why you're married. And so that's why women stay, because I love him. Number two, but is love enough? We'll go into that later. Number two, commitment to vows, right? Like you got married under God, you committed to each other through thick and thin. You would stay together. So it's a sacred promise. The marriage promise that you made is very sacred. And you want to keep your vows. You want to honor your vows. You want to believe that there is a possibility of redemption here. This is serious, right? It's a commitment. So almost, well, again, not exactly the same, but if you were sick, right, would you leave your partner? And again, everyone has the right to choose whether they want to give a husband a second chance. There's no right or wrong reason here. I just want to make sure that we're all clear on 7 reasons why women stay. And that today is a day that you can choose to stay. You can give him a second chance, or you can look at other options. Number three, this one's a big one. Oh, all my empathetic women that are out there, you choose to think he can change, right? And he's giving you some hope, hope that he can change. Trusting that their husband can have the ability to grow and learn from his mistakes, how this could be the wake up call that he realizes, okay, I'm not the person I had wanted to be. I can be a better partner. And you may see him going to therapy, joining groups. You may see, or even hear, maybe it's just here. You hear him saying, I want to be better. I want to make this marriage work. I want to keep our family together. So you hear him saying it, maybe you're not seeing the action. Maybe you're also seeing the action. He's going to therapy, maybe he's not doing enough, maybe he's joined individual groups and he's not doing enough, but you choose to see and think, you know what, there's hope he can change. I want to give him a second chance. I don't want to quit on him yet. And then this this is true. Like, what do you do with this boundary? Do you put a timeline on it? Like, I need to see you change by this point. This, what do you even need to see him change in? Like, how do you measure that change? Often trust is built with consistency plus time. So how much do you need to see him consistent? What do you need to see him consistent in? The words he's using, the actions he's taken, what actions, what words do you need to hear? And then over time, build trust. That'll give you the hope that, I you know what, giving him a second chance is worth it. But then if he has a little slip up, and little can be texting, it could be downloading an app, it could be seeing her again or reaching out to her. Like, how big of what we would call a slip up is acceptable? Because often you say, if it happens again, I'm done. But sometimes it's not that clear. And you're like, oh, maybe I'll give you a third chance or a fourth chance. Like, how many chances are enough? And then this can mess with our own sense of self. Like, am I a fool for doing this? Am I stupid for taking him back? What does this say about me? If my daughter were to do this, I'd tell her to run. And so we second guess ourselves and we're like, am I worthless? We can second guess our own worth in making the decision to stay or give him a second chance or go. A fourth reason, you know what? You guys got married and you built a beautiful family. So family, children, you've built this together, and that's what really matters here. Um, you want to keep your home. You want to provide the stability. You don't want to devastate your children. So some of you may have not have told anyone in your lives. Others, maybe if you had adult children, you've told them. Sometimes teenage children even know as well. And so you want to believe like there's hope that he can change. He's putting in this genuine effort. You can see the root causes. You can see maybe trauma from childhood has maybe led him to people pleasing, to not using coping, like healthy coping mechanisms. He's reaching out to look at porn and some sex addiction, or he just, you know what, he's looking for excitement or this like thrill elsewhere. He's not proud of himself for it. But you can see that he's going to change. That gives you the hope that, you know what, I'm going to stay for my family, for the children. I want to keep that together. We have plans, retirement. We've been working at this forever, and I don't want to start over again. I want to be able to forgive him and move past. So that's another reason women stay. All right, on to the next one. Fifth reason why women stay. This one is a trauma bond or hysterical bonding. And a couple weeks we did a live on this on hysterical bonding, and 45% of betrayed partners engage in hysterical bonding within the first month of discovering the affair. 47. In hysterical bonding, it really is. After discovering the devastation of infidelity is when one partner feels this like intense urge to reconnect with the other partner. This sudden closeness, this increased physical intimacy, this deep need to fix, and like very much this strong attachment. It's a reaction to the fear of potentially losing your partner. When trust is broken, the brain goes into survival mode and it clings to what feels familiar. So that's where a trauma bond can happen, or hysterical bonding. So the emotional highs and lows of what you're going through, trying to find that consistency, trying to find the what feels normal is to cling to your partner because that's who you know, that is your rock, that's your best friend. That's the person you love, and you cling to that, right? In fear of potentially losing it. So that can make it very difficult to walk away and not give a second chance. Which then brings me to point number 6. So women recognize their role. Again, I let me make this very clear. There is no excuse for infidelity, for cheating, for betrayal, for lies. There is no excuse. But sometimes women will see their role. They can see how maybe they weren't meeting their husband's love language. Again, this is not an excuse. Communication is key in this. Your partner should come and talk to you, not talk to someone else about their marriage problems, not go seek out validation, pleasure elsewhere. They should come talk to you. But in the absence of that, some women can see, you know what, I pushed him away, or you know what, I got distracted with work, with kids. We didn't make each other a priority. And so you can see how that can play a role in him looking elsewhere to get that love language met. So they can see their part, they can see the part they played in their marriage and wondering if healing them will also help heal, like healing the changing, we should say, changing the way they interacted together, the way they communicated, the physical connection, the emotional connection, the quality time together. They can see if they can change that, break those habits, how, you know what, we'll have a different marriage. And so they wanna give a second chance because they wanna become a better version of themselves, and they can wanna see the impact that that would have on their marriage. If I work on myself, healing the reasons why I wasn't giving him the attention, then maybe that will improve our marriage. So giving it a second chance, right? Giving it a second chance. Number 7 is fear of regret. So you don't want to leave your marriage. You want to give it a second chance because what if you regret this? The worry that leaving might bring regret later, wondering if you gave up too soon. How do you know when the right time is to quit? Well, I think intuition is really powerful here. Listening to your intuition, like it really still, usually your intuition is pretty quick. It's like, go. Or it's like, stay, stay. And then the other voice will creep in and be like, no, you gotta go. You gotta go for this reason, this reason, this reason, this reason. You're a fool. You're an idiot. You don't deserve someone like this. Or sorry, this person doesn't deserve you. So you'll hear that voice. Or you'll hear the voice that says, run. And then the other voice is like, you love him. You want to stay. Give it a second chance. So it can get very confusing because your intuition's there, but then all these other voices and thoughts hop on top of it and like smother it. So um you've really gotta heal. Like, my suggestion really is, yes, whether you stay or go, you gotta work on yourself too. Gotta heal from the trauma of this, the pain of this. Any kind of like, trauma creates changes in behavior. Trauma, creates difference in how we think, how we act, and we wanna fix that because regardless if your marriage dissolves or not, you wanna get to a place where you don't have the ruminating thoughts. You're at peace. You can accept it's happened. You can provide forgiveness. If not, it's all living, like, rent-free hostage in your brain. So that can help make the decision to give him a second chance much easier when you're not feeling so activated with sadness, with anger, with grief, with devastation. When that is like you're at a place where you're feeling a little bit lighter and peaceful within you, you can make that decision to stay or go easier. So choosing to stay or not is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. And having hope is good. Hope is good, but it's not hope is kinda like, you know what, I'm kind of putting it out there. Whew, it's kinda fluffy. Hope is fluffy. But to take action, the desire to get that clarity, to ultimately rebuild your marriage can be found to start within you. You have to make the decision to give a second chance, and you have to have confidence in that through hearing that intuition within you. Um, if you want some help with this, feel free to put the word chat in the comments below or send us a DM with the word chat. We can hop on a quick, like, complimentary 15-minute call, give you some strategies to help you figure out whether giving him a second chance is the right thing to do and what you need to do when giving that second chance? How do you rebuild the trust? How do you improve communication? So we'd be happy to give you a few free tips on how to do that. So just put the word chat below, again, DM it, and we'll connect with you and figure out how to get a 15-minute chat with you. So again, I'm Beth Miller. I am the founder of the Marriage Safer program, and thank you for everyone who is here and watching. I hope these 7 reasons maybe validated your choice in giving a second chance. Even if it's a third chance, that's okay too. You know what? This is your choice. This is your life. This is your marriage. And ultimately, other people have their opinions, but what really matters is what your heart is saying right now. Okay, with that said, I'll talk to you later. Bye.